championship from a proper celebration.
Start the party, Los Angeles! Your Dodgers have won the World Series!
That's it! It's a World Series win for LA! They've done it! They finished the job and give Los Angeles the parade it's been waiting for!
Oh my, world champion!
So the Yankees fell last year to the Dodgers in the World Series on the biggest stage. They got better, if that's even possible, unbeaten, flawless on the season. We've been trying to quantify the greatness that is Los Angeles, and the 98 Yankees are the benchmark.
Look at the bottom where it says they're on pace for 100.
That's as many games as you could possibly play.
Right. That's if you went 162-0 and won every postseason game there is.
All right, so I was sitting there last night. It was a light slate, 5 games. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying to myself, sometimes, we say it all the time on this show, we take things for granted. And I don't want to take for granted what's happening in real time. Like watching Judge, Shohei Ohtani. Mm-hmm. We see certain guys come up.
Greatness personified.
And I'm telling you, when I say something more than 2 or 3 times, even in a kidding manner, I usually mean it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've come to know that.
So I've been saying since we've come out for the last week that the Dodgers, this might be the best roster I've ever seen, like in totality.
Okay.
How they match up, the weapons they have, the bench, everything at his disposal. So I was sitting there last night, I was watching the Yankee game, and I'm saying to myself, well, I really truly believe this Dodgers roster could arguably be the best team I've ever seen. They have a chance to do crazy things if they want to do it.
Right.
So I was looking up what's considered the best team of the last 30 years.
The 98 Yankees.
The 98 Yankees, according to Google.
So it's true.
So you know it has to be true.
You didn't ask.
So I was saying to myself, where does the 2025 Dodgers roster stack up in comparison to what we believe to be the greatest team of the last 30 years? And I'm telling you, when you dive into it, this is not peak Jorge in 1998.
Yeah.
And we're getting peak Will Smith right now, I believe.
Yep.
So you have to ask yourself a question. Do you want not peak Jorge? Or do you want Will Smith? Who do you want at first base? Do you want Tino Martinez? And by the way, Tino Martinez that year hit 28 bombs, 123 RBIs. He hit 281 and had an OPS plus of 124 and had monumental moments in the postseason.
Number 5.
But if you're asking me who I want, and I might want him on any team I ever decide to pick, it would be number 5, and the fact that he made me cry in Game 1 in my hotel room watching him hit that homer. Go to second base. Chuck Knobloch had an amazing career.
He did.
And that year he hit 265 with 17, knocked in 64, played second base, and he was a go-get-'em.
Meantime.
But is there a more versatile player for any roster currently constructed in 2025 than Tommy Edman?
Tommy just turns on the TV and sees that.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I could put him in center. I could put him in short.
This is a very good argument.
Max Muncy, Scott Brocious. And Scott Brocious won a World Series MVP.
Really
and I get it. The chemistry of the Yankees, the defense the Yankees played, all of it. I just wanted to start a little fodder on X. Thought it was a light slate.
Yeah.
I'm probably taking Max Muncy. Now, I don't love Mookie Betts at shortstop. But are you kidding me? You're putting him up against peak Jeter at shortstop.
And that's the distinction.
You can make an argument, right? You take Mookie and you stick him somewhere else. No. For the sake of this, he's playing shortstop. You got to pick one. Derek Jeter hit 324 with 19 and 84. Let's take it to left field. Who do you want?
Conforto.
Exactly. Mike Conforto matched up against the right guys. And that's the beauty of what the Dodgers are able to do. This is Michael Conforto, former first-round pick for the New York Mets, that was going to hit in the middle of their order. He ends up going to San Francisco, kind of reinventing himself, goes over on a 1-year 17, and is going to get matched up against right-handers he's going to absolutely kill. This is the one blowout. We know this.
Yeah.
But I could stick Kike out in center. I could stick Tommy Edman out in center and move my infield around. There's a lot to like. But Bernie Williams doesn't get enough love. The fact that he was off the Hall of Fame ballot super quick is a joke. He hit .339 with 26 and 97. He had a 160 OPS plus. And this is interesting. I love Paul O'Neill.
Me too.
Nothing cooler than hearing the Yankee faithful.
Wait, is there a but at the end of that statement?
And Teoscar's in his prime right now. Paul
Teo.
O'Neill in
had
1998. Yes. 317 with 24 and 116. Teo won the home run derby, hit 33 bombs, a career high. And this goes without saying who you want here.
I love Darryl Strawberry. I love it.
And Darryl Strawberry hit 24 bombs for the 98 Yankees off the on DH roll.
But Shohei Ohtani,
he's the greatest player that we've ever.
Ohtani is a transcendent sports figure.
I just thought it was good comparison, and I didn't expect it because I grew up a Yankee fan, so my heart lied with the pinstripes to lean that way.
Let's see the graphic.
But when
digest
you
it all.
see it, you're leaning more Dodgers.
Oh, you picked for us.
I'm taking Will Smith, Freddie Freeman, Tommy Edman, Muncy, Conforto,
Robert,
and
you disagree?
Shohei.
You can quibble one way or the other, but I think the distinction for the sake of this conversation is, D-Row, is that the 98 Yankees won the World Series. In this version of the Los Angeles Dodgers, they will be measured fairly or unfairly of whether or not they win the World Series.
I just can make the argument,
and I know it's only April.
This is as good a team as I've ever seen put together on paper.
Yeah.
Give me the rotation.
You didn't even show us the arms. I was going to say there's 2 rotations for the Dodgers.
Yes,
2.
That's a good point.
I don't want to say old school, new school. It's just a different philosophy. These starters were asked to go a lot deeper into the games. The current starters are not being asked to do that. It's more short bursts and blasts. But I'm telling you, Andy Pettitte, David Wells, David Cohn, El Duque were on top of their game. I flip it over to what Dave Roberts has at his arsenal.
It's different.
It's weapons for days. It's stuff. And I am going to be nice, and I'm going to lean Yanks. Because I want length. I love Pettitte in big moments. David Cohn's one of the best big game pitchers of all time.
Andy Pettitte, big time big game pitcher.
Yeah, El Duque was a monster in the postseason as well. So I would lean Yanks here for the rotation.
Bullpen?
How about the bullpen?
Okay, now this is where you would think the Yankees with Mariano would have the edge, right?
Yeah, but I'm going to go. I'm going to lean Dodgers here. Because after Mo, listen, you had Jeff Nelson, you had Mike Stanton, Graham Lloyd, Darren Holmes, the list goes on. They had good arms in that pen. But I'm telling you, nothing as to what I'm watching walk out of the Dodgers pen.
Yeah, I was
Tanner Scott.
I was
Hey, Kirby Yates, we need you to keep, not close 40 for us. We need you to keep the game close so our offense can get back in it. So then we bring in Trinan and Tanner Scott. Can you do that for us? And we'll give you $13 million? Okay.
Gotcha.
Got it. Done.
All of them can close on any team. All of them.
So it's really crazy how good this Dodgers team is on paper. So you hear me say it a lot. Don't take it for granted. When Aaron Judge is hitting or Shohei, don't take it for granted to stay up 10 o'clock at night on the East.
So basically it's
LA.
split. You went 3 spots on the Yankees, right?
Yeah. 4.
4 spots. Okay,
Given
with the rotation 4. So pretty even.
And I want to say something real quick. I came up with this idea late last night. I came in this morning, and I'm like a tornado when I hit edit. And I could see in their faces.
There was fear.
They didn't know if they were going to get this done.
There was fear.
And I looked at Bader, and I said, you either want to be great or you don't. Bader, Lecky, Brendan,
hey,
you were great.
Hey, guys, I just got word there's going to be a little something extra in your paycheck next week, all right? Good job.
Tell
Way
America what you said.
Spoiler alert,
job.
they get paid the same. That's just the way.
Yeah. I give them love at the end of the year.
That's true. You do. You're very nice. You're very, very nice.
Does anyone else do that in this
Absolutely
place?
not. I brought donuts again.
You do, don't you?
I brought donuts today.
Can you say
Robert wants way too much credit for getting munchkins.
You know those people who donate money and then they put their name in bold?
I'm trying to be more charitable and nice.
Well, bring in fruit or celery. Don't be bringing in
celery
stuff that sticks to my flanks.
Look, if I brought celery into the
Get
bullpen,
out of here.
I deserve to get kicked in the tenders. That's ridiculous, bringing celery. Let's take a break.
Where's your car?
Because, exactly. You know what? It's part of a stick-up on Route 3. Yeah, somewhere. Probably got some guys in masks getting prepared to
I'm here to tell JP Morosi on the inside corner. Good morning, by the way. Did you get the pancakes at the griddle that I told you about?
I got pancakes, actually French toast yesterday morning. It was fantastic. So great recommendation there from D-Row.
All right, what do you got? You got some sound from the West Coast from your travels. Tell us more.
Lauren, I do, because Wednesday night we see Ohtani in the walk-off, but I wanted to make sure that I got even more out of my West Coast trip. So yesterday I spent in Corona, California, about an hour's drive east of LA, with the #1 ranked high school baseball team in the nation. Multiple expected first-round picks and a head coach, Andy Wise, who is a devoted fan of MLB Central and Mark DeRosa. Let's take a listen.
D-Row, big fan. Couple things I got for you. Top 5, your top 5 male singers. All right, I'm in. A couple guys I'd like to add, but I won't get into that. If your 15-year-old group's ever out here on the West Coast, Southern California, come on through. We'll set you up. We'll get you right over here. And made sure to get in the gym today to sculpt up a little bit. And I won't widen out the back for you today and compete because I see your work and I'm impressed. So keep it up. Big fan, like I said, and hope to one day get to meet you, my brother.
So, D-Row, how about that?
That fires me up, JP.
D-Row, we got like 3 or 4 inside jokes of MLB Central in one 30-second soundbite
nice.
from the great Andy Wise. You can tell he watches the show all the time. And D-Row, you'll love this. Being at that ballpark, you get a real sense for the amount of talent, certainly at that high school, but just the way in which youth baseball around our country connects so much with our network and the next generation. And D-Row, I'll tell this, and you can show this with Brooks and his teammates. What I saw after the game, which, by the way, was a 21-0 win for Corona High School, this team is unreal. But I saw this. After the game was over, 3 guys who are likely to be first-round high draft picks in July, Seth Hernandez, Billy Carlson, Ethan Bingaman, were all working the mound and manicuring it, taking care of the mound.
That's nice.
Nice.
I love that.
And they have Dino Ebel's sons. Third base coach of the Dodgers.
That's the other part of the story.
That's Brady.
So Brady Ebel, Trey Ebel, both had great games. They have a young man, Gavin Flores, going to Creighton. It's amazing how much talent there. But remember these names, D-Row, because A, they want to play your team, and B, we're going to be talking about them a lot at the draft and beyond.
And JP, you had a nice trip out west. You witnessed Shohei greatness and Freddie Freeman now on the injured list. We heard the news yesterday, that ankle bothering him. If any team can cover it, it is the Dodgers. What's their plan? What do you know?
For now, Lauren, we'll probably still continue to see a lot of Kike Hernandez over at first base, especially tonight. They face the Phillies and lefty Jesus Luzardo. But certainly this is some adversity for the Dodgers. Long before the Ohtani heroics on Wednesday night, there were some defensive issues that they encountered around the infield, which I think perhaps that's an area where Kike just has to spend more time to get comfortable at first base. In fairness to him, he's a great defender, but he's not often at first base. So they'll be without Freddie for a while. It's just difficult timing. He's trying to get himself back on the healthy track after all the time that he missed towards the end of last year and what he battled through during the course of the postseason. So a tough time for Freddie. We're still waiting on the other side of the move for the Dodgers to see who's going to be activated. But again, I expect it's going to be Kike Hernandez, who has such a flair for the big moment, Lauren. He'll be back in there, I would expect, tonight against the lefty, Luzardo.
They are not the only team dealing with an injured star. Baltimore going through it as well. A strained intercostal